Good evening. Welcome to another interesting session of my consultancy, Innovative Organization Development Consultancy. In this online tutorial knowledge management course, I am talking of the last session of chapter number 2, in which I have spoken regarding I am speaking regarding the transformation from knowledge seeking to action seeking play. Once we are over with our knowledge seeking behavior, then we try to convert that knowledge into some kind of implementative behavior, implementative application, implementative result. What is the goal of seeking knowledge? The goal of seeking a unique or deep experiential knowledge is always transformation into a result that is going to make life easy, that is going to give you recognition, that which can be assimilated to other people also in the process of knowledge sharing. And when it is assimilated among other people by way of knowledge sharing, the same can be exploited to get positive results for society and other stakeholders. So in this last session of chapter 2, I am now talking about result that is coming out straight from your actions seeking knowledge in the earlier sessions of my online knowledge management. As a result of these actions constituting a constant knowledge seeking behavior, now you have come to a state of paradigm. And due to this state of paradigm only, now you are able to see transformation into result, because you have already known the pathways, you have gained an access to recognize, to categorize different knowledge domains in a form of knowledge map, and that knowledge map is helping you transform the pathways to unlock results of this transformation. As you begin the journey to make a knowledge map by way of seeking different kind of knowledge from different categories of knowledge domains, you are forming a type of a knowledge map, which is a kind of a guidebook that is providing several pathways which are getting interconnected by way of some kind of relation, because each node in the knowledge map or nodes representing different knowledge domains, such as such as your something which is related to the the characteristics of that knowledge domain. Characteristics, for example, your organization is, for example, you are a chemical salesperson. You are basically from a chemical background. So when you are there with your knowledge map, and if you correct each of the nodes of this knowledge map, they will constitute several knowledge domains, that which is related to your understanding, experience, education, everything. So one knowledge domain could be about your understanding about chemical products. The second knowledge domain could be about its market base, where it will find its customers. Third knowledge domain could be about the quality of those chemicals vis-a-vis other competitors in the market. You are aware about the quality of those chemicals because you are from that kind of a background which is into the manufacturing, sales, distribution of these chemicals. So you know how it compares vis-a-vis the quality with other competitors. Fourth could be about its packaging and labeling. So you are also aware about the packaging and the labeling of that particular chemical. What all information is provided in the packaging of that product and so on and so forth, and how it is labeled so that it can be easily understood by the supplier and the customer for categorization. In this kind of a knowledge map, once you have been able to seek information and knowledge, you have been able to construct this kind of a knowledge map with several nodes and domains of knowledge information. When you are seeking your questions related to a particular knowledge paradigm, which is that you have already been exhausted, have exhausted your opportunities in the present, among the present supplier base of chemicals, which you are engaged in selling and distribution, and you are now seeking something, a better uh, distribution network for for opening up channels to market your chemical. In this work only, you are seeking knowledge or information related to new channels for and for selling or for selling or for propaganda or information knowledge sharing related to your particular way of selling and talking about the chemical. So you are basically sharing your knowledge and understanding about a particular product which you have been about which you have an expert understanding. This knowledge sharing that you have an expert understanding is helping you connect with other distributors in your network that that can uh, provide answers to opportunities that you are seeking, apart from the one in which you were already trying to sell the chemical or do promotion of that chemical. In this process, you uh, what you did was that you connected with, tried to promote that chemical in other unknown suppliers who asked many questions. Now, as you went through those questions, you sought answers to those questions. Some of which you could do it yourself, and some of which you had to discuss with others in the process of gathering the information. So, in this process of knowledge sharing, what you did was you collected some inquiries from some place, and then you discuss those inquiries at another place with other type of people who are in the who are at the beginning of this chain of action. I mean, where initially the chemical gets prepared or manufactured. So what happens is that you are in this process of exchange of information and inquiry and knowledge sharing regarding what you want to exploit in the knowledge base, in the supplier base, and what you have at present the inquiries that you have. In this process, you have already sought question, received the answers, and now you want to put them into a new perspective, the information that you have got. So this is now you are at this stage of para action, which is basically you are evaluating your alternatives, evaluating your environment in which you met with other in which you met with other knowledge, the suppliers base, and then you collected their inquiries. You met other people who were in the beginning of this process in the manufacturing of the chemical, and you discussed those inquiries with them and evaluated your alternatives to seek a better supplier base. So what happened was that you took some action, and that resulted in, that was a para action in which you had lot of alternatives to evaluate your better supplier base. There could be a consequence of that in which once you went through all that knowledge sharing and discussions, you understood that your chemical may not be very well may not be welcome in the other among the other supplier base, because it might not have that standards of quality, and now you need to upgrade your product upgrade your product for getting promotion calls in the new supplier base. What happens is that in this process of going through this uh, interaction, your own your own knowledge seeking behavior is increased, and as it increases, you try to seek answers to more questions and form a transformation transformational plane. This transformational plane is responsible for much of the much of the uh, much of the concrete actions that gives transformation into results. So now you might have been able to understand that if you draw a knowledge map of your own behavior, you will see 4 to 5 nodes or knowledge domains where you can connect the pathways to understand that how you are able to reach a transformational plane of paradigm where you are having a lot of inquiries and you have information related to those inquiries, and now you are categorizing those information to get some results. And as you concretize those results in self-knowledge your self knowledge, you are basically seeking further challenges to increase your capabilities to tap unknown supplier bases or unknown markets, and seek challenges to transform yourself into higher capabilities of the action phase. I hope you have enjoyed this session of chapter 2 of my online knowledge management course. I will discuss more about it in chapter 3, and this will be further into the action plan now. For any inquiries, you can contact uh, at my email hrmlectures@gmail.com. I will mention my email ID in the description box, and my website is www.hrmlectures.in. My name is Siddharth Chatterjee, and my consultancy name is Innovative Organization Development Consultancy. Thanks.